Hello everybody, welcome back to Back Out of the Case. This is Skyflight44, aka Zect44, and today I'm going to be playing Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers on the GameCube. Fast loading times, so I like this version. Now, I've cut out most of the movie clips, and I've softened the music volume a bit. If you can understand why, I really no idea what to say, but this game is actually quite a fun action game. Much better than the game that came out before this. The Fellowship of the Ring absolutely sucked, but I don't know which version's worse. The Game Boy Advance version or the console version. Both suck equally, at least I can say that. They're terrible, terrible games. Now, The Two Towers, on the other hand, was actually quite a nice little game. You have all your basic attacks, you have your combos, or that you can go through ranged attacks. It's kind of like most of the games in the actual genre. Not too much that you can actually do. And the levels in this game are short. Really, really short, and there's not too many of them either. You can beat this game quite easily within 2 hours. Actually, if you know what you're doing, you can do everything from the very beginning of the game, from the prologue, and this is including watching every single cutscene, to beating the game and getting to a secret code screen. Easily can be done within 2 hours. Now, I didn't do that. I had a save file that basically had everything I would ever need. That was much easier than going back and making sure that I have to practice and play to get every single upgrade. Yeah, that really wouldn't have been worth it. I'm playing this on normal, because if I practice to play this on hard, at least for the Helm's Deep missions, to play this on hard, I probably would have got bored with the game and not have recorded it, so let's just say that. This game was the second Lord of the Rings game I ever played in my life. Not too far after I played the original one. Well, not the original, but the Return of the King. That game, very similar to this one, quite easy. I believe it's actually better than this one, but that's for another time. In this game, you have your speed attacks, which on the GameCube would be A. Fierce attacks, which would be Y on the GameCube. Your speed versus fierce is basically fierce can destroy shields. Speed is just really, really useful and much faster. You have your basic kick, which can be used in quite a lot of combos. It can also be used to push things off ledges, such as ladders or enemies. Like, I believe before I kicked some guy right into lava. There's a couple of times you can actually do that. It's really satisfying. You also have your parry command. You actually have to press the parry button repeatedly to continuously do it. There's no hold and block, but other than that, you can do a downward stab. Anybody that's on the ground, easy kill, real easy kill, and a ranged attack, which kind of speaks for itself.
It is an army bred for one purpose: to destroy the world of men. The Dark Lord draws near.
Yeah, I left some of these in, but only some of them. Now, other than that, what I'm actually going to be showing is perfect mode in this mission. This mission's actually really easy to get perfect in, just because, well, it's quite easy to go and get perfect mode on these guys. Basically, right below the bar in the lower left corner, there's a little I'm not going to say a bar, but a ring that goes around. And the higher, the farther it goes, more complete it becomes. The better you're doing. You get hit, knocked down, it's going to go back to basically nothing. But if you can actually complete it, you'll go into perfect mode. Perfect mode will basically give you a lot more damage output, high ass damage output, and will also give you more experience come the end of the mission. Excellent will give you more than just having, good, and fair's the weakest. You never want to go and kill anything with fair, unless it's a couple of them. There's a couple of enemies later on that you wouldn't mind actually going just killing off. But this is not going to be a perfect run. I've done so before. Hell, I've even beaten this game and hard with every single person except for Legolas and Gimli on that gauntlet, the extra gauntlet Tower of Orthanc mission that you can do. That's kind of difficult. That's really, really difficult. But this is the first true mission. The first two were real quick. And, well, you can't even pick your character in the first two missions. But this is our first proper mission. It's going to be going on for the rest of the actual video. And we're going to be using Gimli. Gimli is not the best character to be using here, just because I can't really get a lot of combos on because, well, goblins are weak, and especially if you're going to use a fierce attack with Gimli, they are really, really weak. Gimli is a bit strong. It's actually really strong. Well, that Aragorn's a bit like sort of a intermediate between Legolas and Gimli, and Legolas is huge on ranged attacks. Actually, I believe that Legolas gets 5 different upgrades to his ranged attacks, which make him quite a lot stronger when it comes to ranged attacks than everybody else. But when it comes to extra health, there isn't a single person except the secret character that can do better than Gimli.
We could pass through the mines of Moria. My cousin Balin would give us a royal welcome. Watch out!
Now, arrows. Arrows are really, really easy to go and just parry, but they're annoying when you get swarmed and there's arrows flying at you. For the most part, in the beginning of the game, if you're not actually going and using the like a completed save file with the upgraded ranged attacks, you're most likely going to have to charge a bit before you actually try to kill somebody with your ranged attacks. It's basically, just pulling back on the bow. Very, very useful, and it does a lot more damage, trust me. However, you're not going to have that time to charge it all the time. Now, if you actually go and play with any of the characters, but Aragorn, in just a new game file, you're not actually going to be able to get all that great a greatest score on the the end, just because you won't have access to any combos, which kind of sucks. And, well, at least for Aragorn, you'll probably be able to get at least the Swift Terror combo and possibly the Rush attack. The Swift Terror would be the Speed Fierce, which is something you're going to see me use quite a lot because it's really, really useful. And the Rush attack being basically a move that will knock over an enemy. It's a speed, then kick. It's quite useful. You actually get 2 upgrades to it. I believe the death charge and the death charge and war rush or something. Yeah, war rush death charge. War rush is basically after you knock them down, you'll end it with a stab, and the death charge will end it with a fierce attack, which will strike down, but will most likely hit enemies near it. The swift terror, which will actually a lot of the combos that end with a fierce attack, generally that glowing bit sort of has this area of effect to it. It's really, really cool. It's one of the reasons why it's used quite a bit. And just going for the death charge instead of the war rush isn't all that bad. The fierce attacks have to be used to go and destroy shields. So it's really, really nice to go and use a swift terror attack. And then just make sure the last hit in any combo, when it has a fierce attack at the end, hit a shielded enemy to destroy it. Shielded enemies will stop fierce attack, not fierce attacks, speed attacks, and that's really, really annoying when trying to go and get a combo going. Yeah, if you're actually lucky, and when he's coming up, the Watcher, if you can actually go and block one of these, and he wasn't even up there too long. But if you're actually able to block one of them before, what was it called? Before he actually gets hit, you'll actually be able to quickly get a hit off of that, cut the tentacle off, and then just go for another hit. Because if he actually gets hit, for the most part, all the tentacles are going to be going down, which doesn't serve any real purpose for you. With that, see ya, everybody.